Alright, so we're right here. This is our central video in our playlists. That's like 3 out of 5 when we do our 5 video playlist. This is a 6 video playlist because we have Survivor Series. I almost said SummerSlam again.
That's the
Survivor Series.
We are not watching
predictions.
SummerSlam again.
I want to watch SummerSlam again.
It was good.
It was alright.
Hopefully Survivor Series
It's better. But yeah. Survivor Series predictions is going to be video 6.
Yes.
If you ignore that, this was the middle video. It's a video that we like to call the midweek rolling prawn hold, or the midweek wrap up, or the midweek schoolboy, the midweek Oklahoma roll, the midweek magistral cradle,
the midweek small package,
the midweek big package.
Where we start off with main event. This was actually a packed main event.
I liked it.
It was good.
They threw a lot of good matches into main event.
There was a lot of good stuff. We opened up with Usos versus Dust to Dust. We had the Matadors and the Moneymakers on commentary.
The Matadors are hard to understand.
I think that was the idea because
They talk like this.
Diego was just talking really fast in Spanish.
Order for.
We had Torito sitting on the commentators table. Just all kinds of weird stuff going on. We had the Torito did the twerk on the table because
The Torito twerk.
because JBL
The
texted
TT.
Michael Cole. The Moneymakers were not having any of it, but we had obviously another great match. We've been seeing these two teams go at it for probably the last 2 months, 2.5 months.
Yeah, the Usos versus the Dust Broasters.
Has been going on forever.
Yeah, and what's the thing too is like they kind of hit their stride a little bit later than usual.
Yeah,
Because remember the first couple of matches like they're all right.
they didn't have the
They didn't have instant chemistry.
No.
But they got it though. They've got it down, and these matches are fun to watch now.
Yeah,
Because they make every single one of these things different.
and this one, the end was just so fast paced. Like watching Goldust move at the pace that the Usos and Stardust do is just phenomenal.
Goldust is moving at twice the pace he did when he first joined WWE in the 90s.
He's 43. What? It doesn't even seem that way. I feel like he found the fountain of youth or something. Maybe DDP yoga. What?
We're just gonna every time some older guy does anything cool, it's DDP yoga.
Yeah, I'm going with it. But yeah, the match was great. The Usos get the win. A little bit of momentum going into
Did the Usos win?
Yeah.
All right.
Little bit of momentum going into Survivor Series, knowing that they have the Fatal
Baby
4-Way match
momentum.
coming up. Up next, we had team captains of a Divas Survivor Series match. We had Alicia Fox taking on Paige. Amazing match. This is all falling out from the whole
Alicia's Paige's new bestie.
Yeah, the besties thing that didn't work out.
I told
too
her it
well.
was never going to work between the two of them.
Apparently she didn't listen to you.
Well, she never does.
This was a good match, very solid match. The ending, though. Whoever would have thought that there would be a counter for the sexy Paige crawl?
Alicia Fox thought there was going to be one.
And there was. I don't even know what.
She pseudo monkey flip.
It was a
horizontal monkey flip.
Horizontal monkey flip.
Flipped her over, rolled over on top of her, and pinned her shoulders to the mat.
It was amazing. Did not see it coming. So we get a little bit of momentum for Alicia Fox going into Survivor Series. Hopefully her team is able to
Keep that momentum
keep
going.
that up. We get a little backstage segment where Adam Rose is talking about the bunny.
It was Byron Saxton is interviewing them?
No, it was Renee Young.
Renee Young.
Yeah, Renee Young, was asking about the situation between him and the bunny, and we get.
I was weirded out because Adam Rose is now starting a god complex.
Well, that is weird. What I found strange was
Guys
that
on the Exotic Express, stop drinking the Kool-Aid.
Adam Rose talks about where he found the bunny. On the streets, begging people for money. In New York City, he was in Times Square, getting in fist fights with Elmo.
This is by Sesame Street.
Is that in New York City?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think.
Apparently. But yeah, he says he saved the bunny. He saved all of his rosebuds. I'm pretty much a god.
Yeah.
Weird.
He says they worship him.
It's weird.
Adam Rose is a...
But
He used to be a fun and games guy. Now he's turning kind of creepy.
yeah, and this would lead into the first ever interspecies, intergender tag team match. Would you like to talk about this, Kevin Hawk?
No, but I will anyways. It's Adam Rose and the Bunny versus Tyson Kidd and Natalia. So I was really excited because the match starts off with the Bunny and Natalia in the ring. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is going to be rad. And then Adam Rose and Tyson Kidd both poop on the party.
Tyson Kidd first tags out Natalia.
And they tag their own partners out and start the match against each other and basically wrestle the entire match against each other until Adam Rose gets a tag to the Bunny.
Yeah.
Natalia never gets tagged back in,
Which is sad.
I was so hoping. But yeah, it was.
Yeah. The Tyson and Natty would get the end. Would get the win in the end.
Get the end of the win.
Tyson has Adam in the sharpshooter, or has the Bunny in the sharpshooter, and Adam looks like he's about to save the Bunny, and then he goes, "Nope, I'm gonna just let it happen." Bunny,
To me, Adam Rose is vindictive over the fact that the Bunny didn't help him out of the sharpshooter on Raw. So now this is Adam Rose going, you didn't help me, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah.
You're a little bitch bunny.
So despite having the win, Natty goes to check on the Bunny. Tyson backs her away, says, "Hey, don't worry about it.
Don't touch him, he's not a cat."
And then he takes some cheap shots on the Bunny, slides out. She's not happy about it. And Adam Rose dances away with the Rosebuds, just leaving the Bunny to take all this punishment. And then in our main event, we had Bray Wyatt taking on Jack Swagger.
Yeah. This was a guy who was curb stomped twice.
And couldn't be on Team Cena for Survivor Series. But now he's wrestling the next
8 days later.
8 days later on main event against Bray Wyatt.
It wasn't a bad match, though.
No, it was very, very decent match. I think we kind of knew where it was going, though.
Wyatt, of course.
Bray
Jack
Wyatt
Swagger is going to squash Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt gets the win. You were wrong.
No.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that Swagger was wrestling.
Then get ready for an earful because... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the match the match was great. I just don't feel like it should have happened.
No. Bray Wyatt won.
Yes, he did.
And Bray Wyatt cuts a Survivor Series related promo.
Yes, he does.
Towards Dean Ambrose.
Who's Dean Ambrose?
The guy who's going against the Survivor Series.
Oh, was he?
Dean Ambrose is the company that produces the Bray Wyatt Survival Kit that Dean Ambrose bought.
So now it's the Dean Ambrose Survival Kit.
It's the Dean Ambrose Survival Kit being produced by Dean Ambrose. Or being shown by Dean Ambrose on SmackDown.
My head hurts. We're going to move on to Superstars. We're
Superstars?
opened up with technically a rematch, but not really a rematch because it actually happened first between Alicia Fox and Paige.
Yeah.
Because Superstars is recorded before
The hell? Yeah, it is. It's recorded before
It was great, though. The commentary actually, talked about how it was a rematch from a couple days ago on main event.
Yes.
So
These WWE guys got their planning
So
down.
good job on keeping that. That was solid. The match again was great. The fact that they had back-to-back matches so completely different and both phenomenal. Paige ends up getting the win in this one by reversing. Alicia does the thing where she jumps up on the top rope. She spreads her legs and she does the the tumble sunset flip.
Yes.
But she would get caught by Paige. Paige would pull her off, hit her with the rampage.
Carried her off the turnbuckles to the middle of the ring.
Really impressive. And Alicia Fox is like twice the size of Paige. So that's impressive.
That's just her forehead he's talking about.
Yeah. I mean, then there's her legs are huge too, but that forehead.
Alicia Fox is literally just made of legs and forehead.
Yeah, 5 head. Yeah, great match. So now
6 head.
Now these ladies are 1-1 heading into Survivor Series. Which one's going to get the rubber match?
I'm gonna say Paige because Alicia Fox would hit me, or Paige will hit me if I don't say Paige.
This is true. I don't know. I feel like Alicia Fox has the stronger team though.
She definitely does. She definitely does.
Yeah.
Any team that doesn't have Cameron on it has the stronger team.
But let's save that for our Survivor Series predictions. We'll go to the main event of Superstars, where it was a rematch between Sin Cara and Curtis Axel.
Yay, Curtis Axel didn't injure Sin Cara again. That was a Justin Gabriel reference.
A lot of great action from both these guys.
Apparently Curtis Axel's trying to use that running knee as a finish.
Yeah, he did.
Because he did it to Sin Cara and then didn't get the win and made this whole what? I didn't win with a knee lift?
I beat Justin Gabriel with it. Everybody beats Justin Gabriel. You're
Bro,
not special.
double stomp, that's how you win.
Yeah, it was. This wasn't as good as their match from last week or the week before.
Last week.
Not as good. Still real solid though. Sin Cara ends up winning with the Swanton.
They have pretty decent chemistry.
They
and it was that's the one thing that I thought was awkward is how long it took. Because when he slams Axel down for the Swanton, and then it takes him forever to get out of the ring and up the ropes, to the point where I thought Axel was going to counter it or get up.
Maybe he was supposed to, and they changed it on the fly.
But yeah, he hits the Swanton halfway across the ring.
Yeah,
this was a good Swanton for Sin Cara.
Very, very impressive. Another win for Sin Cara.
Uno, dos, tres.
And then we move on to our favorite show of the WWE week. We move on to NXT.
NXT.
And we opened up with a match
called
that. What?
It's not called.
Especially not the match because
No.
Becky Lynch versus Bayley.
Becky Lynch versus Bayley. These are my two favorite NXT divas.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. I love Bayley. I love Becky Lynch because she's Rebecca Knox.
Yes.
My other wife. And
don't tell Paige.
No. Shh.
And don't tell Becky that he's with Paige.
I hope none of them watch the show. And she's just like a backup.
Ladies.
She's just a backup wife if things don't work.
That's
with me and
fucked up.
You gotta have backup wife.
We do not live in Utah. We are not polygamous.
And we're definitely not Mormon either.
No, we are not. So let's move on. This was a good short match.
Short and sweet.
Wasn't
as
very
I call
long.
it, because it was very sweet. It was very well executed. Everything was had its spot.
It was. Becky Lynch wins with a roll up. She pulls the tights, gets the win over Bayley.
Distraction by Sasha Banks is what led to the roll up.
That's right. Okay.
Sasha Banks got up on the apron, and Bayley didn't make a move for it, but she just turned her head just long enough for Becky to hit the roll up. Rebecca.
Then Sasha gets in, and they're
taunting her with the fucking loser.
Loser. Well, and it looks like they're getting ready to do a 2-on-1 beatdown, which is thwarted by Charlotte, who comes out, runs off Sasha and Becky.
Without actually running.
No.
She just walked.
It's just scary. It's like, oh fuck, Charlotte's coming. We better get the fuck out of the ring.
The Amazon woman.
Yeah, she's super fucking tall. She's taller than Ric Flair.
How does Ric Flair feel about that?
Do you want to talk about a little the totally scripted promo afterwards?
Yeah, we have a backstage segment, which I don't think is immediately next.
There was a commercial in between.
Yeah, something. We have Bayley in the back thanking Charlotte for her help. I found a few things odd about this promo. Charlotte spoke her promo like she was reading it off of a piece of paper, where every line had the same cadence and inflection the entire time. She's like, listen to me. Don't listen to Sasha Banks. She's bad. Blah, 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 blah. Everything sounded like this. Everything sounded like this. There was no difference. It was
a bad promo.
It was all one long run-on sentence.
It was a really bad promo.
The other thing that threw me off is that when Charlotte made the save before the commercial break, she was wearing the Do It With Flair shirt over her ring attire.
Yep.
But when she was in the back doing the promo, it starts with Charlotte is fixing her boots while wearing not the Do It With Flair shirt. She's just wearing the ring attire.
Wearing all her
she's
gear.
like fixing her boot up, like she's about to go wrestle.
Spoiler alert, she's not on the show.
Yeah, so that threw me off. And she's saying that she's not going to be at the show next week either. So, why are you gearing up for 2 weeks in advance?
It's one of those.
It's the thing, they record everything.
So many shows
and this is just one of those things that probably got thrown in the wrong place.
Probably. But I remember what happened before we got that promo, because we got the announcement that the Lucha Dragons would be in action tonight.
That's true. The Lucha.
But we'd go to the ring and we'd have the VOD villains. And we're thinking, no way, we're going to get the VOD villains versus the Lucha Dragons in
a non-title.
Non-title, because the title the title match hasn't been announced yet. It wasn't the Lucha Dragons, it was the Lucha Lizards.
I called them the Lucha Geckos.
Because they were tiny little luchas.
They were Lucha Midgies.
And the vaudevillains beat the fuck out of them.
Mexi Nuggets.
Mexi Nugget and a biscuit? Yeah.
The taller one was Torito, by the way.
Yes, it was. It was, yeah, he was... Little Sin Cara was played by Torito. Not sure who played the other guy.
I don't know how you decide which one's which, because we're both wearing the same mask.
Yeah. Well, Sin Cara is taller than Kalisto.
Alright. But what if Mini Kalisto is taller than Mini Sin Cara?
Then they got that wrong.
Because it's minier. The taller you are, the minier you get.
I'm not sure it works well.
Mini Kali is only 2 feet tall.
But anyway, yeah, we got the destruction of the Lucha Lizards, the vaudevillains looking like douchebags.
They won. They turned it into a match.
Duh.
That was the funniest part.
Anyway, no, you want to talk about funny matches? Up next, we had Baron Corbin taking on Elias Sampson. The crowd doing the Baron Corbin thing where they count how many seconds it takes Baron Corbin to win his match. He defeated Elias Sampson in 22 seconds.
I'm not going to say seconds. The WWE fans are bad at counting seconds.
Just
as bad as they're at counting Cesaro's swings.
Yeah, they are. Learned it. They're... Stop it. You're doing it wrong.
Stick to just counting punches.
Yeah. But on his way back up the ramp, Baron Corbin would run into Bull Dempsey, who would be coming down to squash another jobber.
Who's also conveniently already in the ring.
Yes. The crowd would start counting this, saying, okay, let's see how quickly Bull Dempsey can win this. Maybe he's going to beat the 22 seconds. He does not, and the crowd starts booing.
Yeah, the crowd got on his case. They started chanting, Baron's better.
Yeah. He ended up beating... We didn't even get a name for the guy. Ended up beating him in, like, right around a minute-ish. It was not very long. But
diving headbutt.
He ends up winning with a diving headbutt. So, they're... I'm interested to see...
It definitely seems like they're pushing towards what we initially said a couple weeks ago, is to put these two guys in a feud against each other.
Yeah. And two big, brutal dudes that could do some damage.
Yeah.
Now, talking about big dudes that can do some damage. Take it away, Kevin Hawk.
We got a vignette.
That we did.
We got a vignette of a man saying, put him against anybody. He will fight anybody. It's his turn to do something. And we get the date. Was it December...
12, 11, 14.
Yeah, which is in the wrong order. It should go 11, 12, 14. But that's because I'm OCD. But yeah, we get the vignette for the debut of Kevin Owens, also known as Kevin Steen. This guy on my right side of the shirt.
Not the panda.
Not the panda.
And not Joey Gargano.
Which was the panda was the former gimmick of the bunny.
That was when he was getting fistfights with Elmo.
Yeah. But yeah, Kevin Steen. Will be debuting at...
That?
They know. They've watched.
All right.
It's at the next NXT takeover. I didn't almost say NXT SummerSlam. I almost said NXT Arrival.
That would have been hilarious if you said NXT SummerSlam. No, it's touted. It was touted as NXT Evolution, but I've been seeing the posters, like the online pictures, and there's an R, so it's NXT Revolution.
It's actually NXT R Evolution. As a play on our evolution.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. So yeah, I'm excited to see Kevin Steen make his debut. Kevin Owens. It's gonna be.
My theory: he's gonna beat Justin Gabriel with a double stomp off the top rope.
That's the indie way of things in NXT. Up next, we had Tyson Kidd versus CJ Parker. Who the hell were we supposed to cheer for in this match? They're both douchebags.
I initially think they wanted us to be cheering for CJ Parker, but Tyson Kidd's way more talented, so he was over more.
Way more over.
And he got all the chants and cheers.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd would end up getting the win, and then would challenge Finn Balor.
Wait, he did it freaking... First, I want to talk about the finish to the match.
Oh, yeah. Go for
because CJ Parker has Tyson Kidd on the outside of the ring, and he's stepping through the ropes, and Tyson Kidd grabs his leg and does the dragon screw onto the middle rope.
Yeah.
With his leg.
Goes
in, hits him with the spinning fisherman's neck breaker, and then puts him in the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
That's a rude move. It's going on the rude move list.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
Then he challenges Finn Balor.
I don't know if that was a good idea, Tyson.
I don't think so.
Did you not see what he did to just? Granted, you didn't lose the match, but Justin got screwed up.
Don't do it.
He's gonna do it.
Making a mistake.
You already did it.
Then we had a tag team match.
Huh?
No.
Nope. No, we had we're leading into a tag team. We had a little backstage segment with Cass and Enzo and Carmella.
You've been doing pretty good as of late.
Yeah, playing up that Carmella's been doing real good.
She's still undefeated.
That she is. Then we get the tag team match where we have Cass and Enzo taking on the Mechanics. Cass is looking big.
He gave him some weight during his time off.
He is just, whoa. He's not.
He's whoa.
He's whoa, and it's scary. How you
He's
doing?
got more strength.
He's way more strength. How you doing? It was a short match. Wasn't very long at all. Enzo and Cass wins with the how you doing.
Yeah.
Their little double team move.
Atomic drop big boot combo.
Yeah, which was cool.
We saw a lot of good unity with the Mechanics.
Yes.
Their assisted leg drop move was awesome.
Now that we've moved the Ascension out of the tag team league, because we know they're on their way up to the main roster, we're starting to get more of the newer tag teams to come in and fill those spots.
Yeah, the Mechanics, the Team Thick.
Yeah.
Dillinger Jordan.
There are rumors that Hideo Itami and Finn Balor could be challenging for the tag team championship sometime. But apparently in his contract, Finn Balor requested not to stay in developmental too long. So we could be seeing a title shot, maybe not an actual title run, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. But post tag team match, as Enzo and Cass would be celebrating, the Ascension would run out and attack them from behind, throw Cass off the ramp, beat up Enzo. Carmella ran for the hills.
I would too. Especially if I was a stick-thin little girl like she is.
They got in the ring and Dash Wilder
killed Dash Wilder.
Dash Wilder just happened to be unlucky enough to be in the ring.
Scott Dawson got the hell out of Dodge. He was lucky. Actually, I think he got beat up too.
Yeah. But yeah, they hit a very thorough fall of man on Dash Wilder.
Yes.
And they made a challenge to Hideo and Finn, saying, hey, we're not dead, but soon you will be.
So Finn Balor is a very popular man in NXT.
Yeah, and the Ascension just throwing out a death threat.
Yeah.
You can call the cops on these guys now. That was a death threat. Hideo and Finn don't even have to worry about it. They just get them arrested.
We'll never make it to the main roster.
It's their own fault. Death threat.
Then we get the a little in-ring segment where William Regal is talking with...
This is backstage segment.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we get.
Unless the backstage, they were like Regal's office is in a big wrestling ring.
Well, the backstage led into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn basically saying, "Thanks for giving me this time to go out and talk."
Yeah. Sami Zayn is wanting to talk about his loss to Adrian Neville last week for the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
So they come out. You know, William Regal gives him his chance to talk. You know, he talks about how he thought he had it, and it just looking back at the footage of how Adrian retained his championship. You know, he gets it, but he's frustrated that he keeps getting to that point, and he can't get past it.
Yeah.
And
because you know what, I don't have it. It's not meant to be.
Yeah.
You know?
We would get Adrian Neville, who comes out and still selling the knee.
And he's trying to console Sammy.
Yeah, he's trying to let him know it's like, hey, you did great, and just because you didn't win doesn't mean that you don't belong here. Which essentially has Sammy challenge Adrian for another shot at the NXT Championship, where he says if he doesn't win, he doesn't deserve to be here.
Yeah, Sami Zayn, says blah blah blah. I don't want to face him one more time. Give me another shot. Neville says, yeah, I'll give you a rematch whenever you want, but it's not up to us to decide. It's Regal's job is to decide who gets the title matches and when, which prompts Regal to come out and say, hey, guess what? You know what, Sammy, you deserve another title shot. You are one of the top guys in NXT, so go ahead. You guys are going to get the main event spot at the next NXT TakeOver. And, Sammy, just because you didn't beat Neville now, and even if you don't beat him then, it doesn't mean you're a failure, and this is where you belong. Sami Zayn has none of it. Says, guess what? Whether it's in the contract or not, if I don't leave the NXT champion, I'm done.
Well, what led up to that was Neville actually said, I'm not going to have you put your career on the line because I don't want to be responsible for you giving up your dream of wrestling.
Yes.
And he said, and that's when he says, I don't care if it's in the contract. If I can't beat you for that championship, I'm done. So, a very interesting end to NXT.
An emotional Sami Zayn.
Wrapping up the midweek wrap-up in...
He said there was pudding on Adrian Neville's shoulder.
Proof is in the pudding. That's on his shoulder. It's a literal Thomas Wolfe coming out of Kevin Hawk here. Solid midweek wrap-up leading up to Survivor Series, getting so close. Now we know that we've got the next NXT TakeOver coming up, which is always exciting. December is going to be a very exciting month.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff going on. But that is it for the midweek wrap-up, and up next we have our results to Fantasy Warfare. We got the matchmaker and referee Kevin Hawk over here. He's going to be determining whether my choice, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, or Thomas Wolfe's pick, the current NXT Tag Team Champion, one half of the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto, wins in a one-on-one straight-up wrestling match. We'll be giving our closing arguments. I have a closing argument from...
So you're going to be giving me both closing arguments?
I am. I'm going to be giving the closing arguments. He's going to be making the decision on who he thinks would win this match. So go ahead and let the playlist keep playing. We've got all of our information down there in the comments, or not in the comments, they're down in the description. So be sure to like us, follow us, like us on Facebook. Taz now. We always post the Fantasy Warfare picture, so you guys can debate, discuss, keep it civil. Just talk about who you think would win in these matches. But up next, we're gonna find out who Kevin Hawk thinks would win, and we will see you at Fantasy Warfare.